Good afternoon, everyone. It's just after 2 p.m. It's really a beautiful day. Um, Lots going on in the neighborhood today. A lot has gone on in the neighborhood yesterday. It's just a busy weekend. And I think it's because, school um, has started. Uh, some people this week will be like the first full week. I think they went back like one day last week, but this will be the first full week of school. And I think a lot of people are either out scrambling to get last minute school supplies, maybe school uniforms. A lot of people are probably taking advantage this weekend of doing one last fun weekend before the kids have to pack it in. So everyone's just out and about. And today I've done some painting. I have. Hi, Kathy and Kay and Zephyr and Deb and Skippy Roo. It's always good to see you. And I don't know where I'm streaming to or streaming from. Well, I'm streaming from StreamYard. I don't know where this stream is actually going. I don't even know if it's on YouTube. I don't know where it's at. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have no idea. Hi, Linda and Gail. Gail and I, we have been. She's also a watercolorist. She plays with those watercolors as well. Hi, Antoinette. And she recommended a brand of paints and brushes, and I'm gonna look into it, Gail, because I do like trying different mediums and brands. The I didn't use my new set, and I don't know why I didn't. That was my intention today, and I got the old set. And the truth is, I don't know what it is about that set that I don't like. And I'm not sure if it's that set, a paint scale that I don't like, or the fact that I got the wrong paper today. I just grabbed one of the books and it was actually for my sketching. You really need the paper, a good paper. It makes a really huge difference. And while I was painting, just something was off, and I thought it was me, which it could have been me too. But it was just not coming out the way I wanted it to, and I was getting really frustrated because I was going back over things that I typically wouldn't have to, and then it just didn't look good at all. And as I was putting everything away, I noticed the book that I tore out the page from, and why I didn't realize it while I was painting, I don't know. But yeah, I'll pay attention. I will. Yeah, let me look over on see if I'm streaming. I'll be right. I'll just be 30 seconds. Streaming to YouTube. I'm just not streaming to Rumble. I thought I figured it out. So apparently I haven't figured it out, but that's okay. That's okay. I may not be able to stream from Rumble. Y'all gotta realize I'm old, and I feel a lot older. I don't know now, Deb. I'm gonna tell you, Deb. You got on top of Rumble the same day. and using all this stuff on Rumble. And it's like, what is Deb doing? How dare she outdo us? But I'm not that way. I'm a one trick pony. And I always take the simplest route. If there's too many variations in the road, and God forbid if there's a fork in the road, I'll sit there probably till I die, trying to decide which do I need to go left or do I need to go right. So I hope y'all doing well. And you know what I'm going to talk about? Superficial. Superficial. So many people. So many people are superficial. There's no real. Um, it makes you wonder what they do with their lives. You know, most of you I don't see unless maybe one of us goes live, and y'all get a notification on your phone. Most of you I don't see another chats, which tells me that y'all limit your time on this platform. But you know, we should have a limit to how long we get on YouTube or any, and it's just not limited to YouTube. It could be any platform. I know there are people who will post all day on X. Yeah, I've seen it. And then some people leave X, or maybe they still do X and they go other places. They do the same thing. But when you got things going on in your life, those things take priority. And I think that's why it's always nice to have people around you. And if you don't have people around you, it's nice to have pets because pets take up your time. I know that little 4 pound chihuahua. Oh my gosh. I used to say, you are 4 pounds wet. How can you be so demanding? I was talking to Zephyr on the phone, and Bubba was telling Zephyr what to do. And that's the truth. He was ready to eat. And it didn't matter that she was on the phone. And the truth is, our pets are very much like our children. When they want to go out, y'all remember, those of you who had children, remember they were little and they want to go to the door. I want to go outside. I want to go outside and play. I want to go outside. That's kind of how pets are. When they want out, they want out. And I remember that little 4 pound chihuahua Lola. I said, Lola, can you just sit down and lay down? But every step I took, she took. But see, what I miss about that, though I care about, you care about things, it comes different in your life, even the people in your life. And right now, I don't know if I could have a pet right now because I'm surprised I really painted today. That I took that time and I took a couple of hours and I just sat and I was just dabbling with the paints. Wasn't thinking about anything except how crappy those paints were. And then I felt bad because I don't know if it was the paints or if that paper. But see, I can't always be on YouTube. And I can't always think of everyone on YouTube and plot in my head all day about people on YouTube. I mean, what is it? What business is it of mine? Linda Krill, I'm going to take you for an example. To be so fixated on Linda Krill and her every move. Wouldn't that be creepy of me, Linda, if I followed you around YouTube and every place you were, everything you did, and maybe you and I, let's take this for instance. You didn't like me, I didn't like you, but I was so fixated on you, hyper fixated, that no matter where you went, what you said, who you talked to, what live you went up on, I was there. And maybe you wouldn't see me, but I was there watching you. Maybe you would never, ever even see me in the chat or comment or anything. But then I would leave and I would post about it. And not only that, but I would collect everything about you. Everything I could get my hands on, I would have it saved on my devices. How would that make you feel, Linda? And for you to know that I did that, and for other people to know that I did that, and some people never even saying anything to me about doing that, never saying to me, Denise, that's creepy as hell. And that's the truth, Skippy Roo. Hi, Lady Nim. Kay, it's good seeing you today. I mean, just think about that. Have someone that you despise, that you hate, and collect information on a person and have it downloaded on your devices and screenshot every conversation or every comment or every transcript. Google everything. I mean, uh, oh, Lord, have mercy. I mean, just think about that. I mean, any time in your life, of all the things that's ever happened in your life, have any of you ever thought one day I'm going to get on social media and I'm going to stalk people? I mean, do you ever think of that? And did you and I'm going to be the ruler over the platform. And if I don't like what somebody does, it is up to me to make a point of it. Have faith, darling. I swear, Faith, you're not even lying, darling. Because you'll come in, you'll say, "Hello, hello." Oh, Faith. Faith, Faith, Faith. Mm-mm. Oh, the things that they say about your mother. Oh, she's so clever. I'm a little disheartened. I'm not going to lie to you, Faith. I feel crushed that she assigned Samantha to do um like that self harming, and of course it was just superficial. I've had a paper cut much worse, but it was not the act, but it was the performance. And I really am hurt because you know I'm number one. I'm number one in the gang, or at least that's what everyone told me. And then I was passed by for mustard, and I could have done it better. I would have even shared a real tear. I didn't even see a tear, but I would have done that. I would have, if it was me. I would have. Hey, I would have went and got some Visine eye drops, and I would put some of them or saline, like what I use for my contacts, and I would just squirt a whole bunch of that saline in my eyeballs, and had and I would even hyperventilate. Like I can't catch my breath. Yeah, that's what I mean. I would have done it good, y'all, but no, I got passed by, and I even raised my hand. I raised my hand the highest when Fiona said, "Who wants this assignment?" And I was waving my hand up high, and I was almost standing up, and she looked at me. She said, "Sit down, Denise." I mean, I know she saw me because she told me to sit down. Me, and she just passed me by, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt by that. It hurts me deep, and you know, for me at least, you know, I felt like I was ready. I was ready for something big, and I was so let down, Faith, and I don't know what to do. Oh, I love the book too. Let me show y'all the book. It is called Pirate Cat Pat, and now it comes in both hardcover and paperback. Y'all got so many pictures. I really need to go through my phone and get because there's a lot of Meridian, and I've already posted them. And rather than just deleting them out of my phone, I don't know why I hang on to them. Oh, that's the okay. Where is that book? There it is. I went down too far, but this is Faith's book, and it's beautiful. Oh crap! It's saying you got to delete pictures. You got too many pictures. Let me do it again. But I want to tell you all, it's beautifully bound. It's beautifully illustrated. It's actually has the letters are large enough for people who like if you're a grandparent and you want to read the book, it's easy to read to your grandkids, or if they're old enough to read themselves, they can read it. Um, And I love that larger print. There it is. Okay, maybe now it will take since I deleted those pictures. But this is it right here. The pages in it, they're substantial. It's a very nice book. It's well made, constructed, but the best part of the book are the characters and the adventure they go on. The story is the best part. And all this other, it's just added. But the characters are precious, they're darling. And the story behind it, I think, is important. A little pirate hat. Benjamin Bones. Oh, you finally got your covered your hardcover one too. It's beautiful, isn't it? And the thing is, well, I don't know if she will or not. She will be working on. I think she currently is working on another book, but I don't think it's going to be this series. But it would be nice to have like a series too, Faith. Not that I'm trying to pressure you into anything, but I do think that it would be nice, even adding characters. Oh, I think so too, Linda. I think so too. Yeah, and you know what, Faith? Even like for there's so many people that have to have readers, and some people they fight. They don't want to get readers for whatever reason because they think it's a sign of getting old, and they put it off and put it off, and their arms they can't stretch their arms any further to be able to read a phone book. But I think it's just great. The print, everything. It's just a great book, and there's illustrations throughout it. It's not just like on the front cover. The illustrations are throughout the entire book. Faith, I'm so proud of you. But Faith, what do you think about your mother passing me by? Just passing me over? Just hurt my feelings. Hurt my feelings. I was like, I can't believe Fiona did that to me. And I'm always over here just minding my own business. And I thought, oh, I could have probably won an Oscar. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even get a chance to try. I think that's what hurts me the most. Hurt me deep, Faith. It hurt me down deep. But that's okay. She's being accused of setting up all that over there with Mustard when she was displaying her self harm. Your mother gets blamed for everything, Faith. Everything. And if people just knew the things that your mother are doing during the day and how busy your mother is, they sound like fools. Such foolish people. They have no idea. Because they're online all freaking day. They think we are all online all freaking day. But there are people who do have things outside of YouTube. There are some people that, some women that actually take pride in their homes and don't let it go to pot. A lot of people, and I know Linda Krill's one that gets up and cooks every day. Don't get on and order something and have it delivered to the door. I mean, you know, we are most of us. There are other things that occupy our time, and I'm gonna tell you, there's so much that goes on. Unless somebody shows me something, I miss everything. And it's unless somebody points it out to me, it's like I have no idea. They say, "Did you see that?" And I say, "No." And there's so much. I don't even know how people keep up with it. But I'm gonna tell you. And for those interested, no, Fiona had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing at all. As a matter of fact, she's been so busy, she hadn't had time to hardly do anything. She's working on her boat. She's taking care of business. She's got a family. She's got her own channel that she has to put videos up together, or premieres, or lives. There's only 24 hours in a day, and hers are pretty filled. Her day's pretty filled already. And she does have to sleep. But I guess she's got more time. She must have more hours in the day than us just mere mortals. I only have 24. Fiona must have 36. I understand, Faith. You did get bacon, Lady Nim? Oh, with the scallops? Yeah. See, that's good too. But no, people, we all have, not all of us. I can't say we all. No, it's not we all. But most of us have things to do. We don't live and breathe YouTube. He's so precious with his smiles, Faith. And Dean, you know what? Nothing's more beautiful than a baby. But there are some babies, the older they get, the more beautiful they get. And Dean is he's filled out so, he's just so beautiful. And his little feet. And one day those feet are going to be running all over the place. And the moment you sit down, you're going to have to get back up. And I know so many times, when you have a child, you can't wait till they walk. Oh, I can't wait till they walk until they start walking. Because the moment they take their first step, it's over. It goes by so fast, Linda. I just think it would be nice to stop blaming people for things. Why is it so easy to blame stuff on people? No one is all bullshit anyway. Why lie? I mean, what's the point of it? Deliberately lie about someone. And then, and so many people prove it to be a lie. What? And the thing is, I don't. We should never have to prove anything to anyone. But it's not true. Someone was just being wanted the attention, and you know how I know that, because if it was real, and if she really meant what she said, seconds later she wouldn't jump back up and laughing and giggling and having a good time, because that's serious. And the thing is, Baltimore could have lost her channel because of the stupidity. And whether you like her or hate her, I honestly don't think she knew what was going to happen. We need to stop blaming people for things. We need to stop accusing people of things, especially when you know it's not true. And there's no reason for it. Hi, Pamela and Ruth Ann. I sure don't know, Pamela. They're nuts, nuts, nuts. I know, Lady Nim. It has absolutely nothing to do with her. But see, this is, you know what? I think people create all this drama because they can't just have a conversation. They just can't have a conversation about their day or what they've done or what they're interested in. Have you ever heard some people ever speak about the things they're interested in, or the things they've done, yesterday or today, or their plans on where they're going to go tomorrow or next week. There's some people you never hear talk like that. You never hear them, you know, going out having lunch with anyone, or having breakfast or brunch or dinner, or getting out, with other couples, or friends, just friends, even going to a mall, or you never hear anything like that. Or going downtown and seeing what's downtown, or just walking around, because when you go downtown, like the Earth's Bounty, you just walk it. You just get up there, because there's different vendors and different tables, um and you just walk through it, and you always want to see people. You never hear anything just simple. Everything's related. Everything they talk about is related to the people on YouTube. I think it's so strange. There is more. Yeah, Linda, you're probably right. You really are. No, not yet, Ruthann. not not yet. But it's just strange, y'all. But that's just Ruthann. You're so funny, girl. You're so funny. I swear. But the thing is, I mean, it's people like that, and they come up with all this in their heads and pull everyone into their delusions, these creations that don't exist. It's almost as if they breathe them into life. And we're all supposed to, we all have roles. We're all supposed to take you know, our mark on the stage. Go stand, where the X's are. Take your place. And all of this is manufactured. It's one manufactured crisis after another. Have y'all ever noticed that one crisis doesn't necessarily die down? It's just that another one takes its place. That's why I always say a week. And well, I really was saying to Dave, I said, because he would always say, I'll go to bed at night, and things will be one way. And by the time I wake up in the morning and get on YouTube, everything's changed. And I said, well, one day in YouTube is like a week. Well, a week is like a month is like a year. But have y'all ever noticed nothing gets resolved? There's no ending to any of the drama, like the stories that come out. There's never an ending. There's the beginning, which is the accusation, and all the people who's accused, They're all lined up. And then it hits the, the rumor mill spins around, and then everyone talks about it. And before there's any resolve, there's another manufactured crisis because there's no ending. You can't end something that there's no validity to, there's no substance to. But you start realizing people are tired of it. The fatigue sets in. So you got to start something else. There's got to be another manufactured crisis, an outrage. It's all manufactured. And it starts just like the last time. It starts with the accusation. Look how many people have been accused of things. And then it changes. The things they were accused of, other people are being accused of it. So which is it? Who is it? Who did this? Because a month ago someone else was supposed to have done it. And now all of a sudden someone else is getting blamed for it. And no one ever comes out and say, "Oh well, I was wrong about that," but you were so sure. It was you stated it matter of fact. But we're supposed to believe you this time. It's none of it's real, y'all. None of it's real. It's all thought up. It's contrived. It's in someone's mind, and they implement it through these posts, and we're supposed to believe it. And there are people in agreement over there. It's only like 4 or 5 people. I mean, it's like, do they ever stop and think, wait a minute? It's one crisis after another. I mean, I hope all of you realize that all of this is just made up. None of it's real. I did, Pam, with Deb's help. I don't know what that was all about, and I deleted it probably 3 or 4 times from the studio, the Rumble studio. I deleted it from StreamYard. I deleted it from YouTube. I was just, and it kept popping back up on the studio over there on Rumble. I'd go back on it, and there it was again. It was the craziest thing I ever. But I remember last year that something like that happened, and I couldn't end the live, and it kept going. I think it was like 12 hours. I think I'm right when I say that if you that StreamYard will cut you off at 12 hours. I may be wrong. It's been a long time ago, but I just remember I couldn't do anything, and I just thought, and I went into that live, and I remember saying, "This isn't a live. I just can't close it." In case somebody popped on it, wondering where they wouldn't have to ask questions like, "Where's everyone at? Where are you at?" I just wanted people to read it to make sure, when they got in there, they would realize that it was no longer going on. But it eventually stopped. I know, Ruth Ann. That's the silliest thing. Member berries, member berries. We got member berries. We got member berries. That's the most foolish bullshit I ever heard in my life. So damn immature. It's like, what the hell is that all about? But you're right. It's all about gaslighting, Ruth Ann. That's all it is. But the truth is, I don't believe. I don't. You know what? I when y'all come in here and chat, and I recognize all of you now. I mean, I don't recognize all of you over there on Rumble, but I'm getting better at it. Mad Donna is Elaine. Uh, I'm y'all. I'm getting where I'm pretty. I'm having to remember names because I associate all of y'all differently. The recognition over here, and I never really thought about our names, like usernames, that some people would have to make up something because they couldn't use the name they have over here for whatever reason. Like Dave. Dave said, "Do you know how many Dave Murphys is on there?" But I like the Lord Dave Murphy. I like that. Yeah, yeah, that's Elaine. Um, but I'm going to have to learn. I actually need to write people's names down so I don't forget. But but I heard what you said, Linda, about you're having a hard time remembering the new names, and I felt good when you said that because I'm having trouble too, and I thought it was just me, and I thought, and I didn't really want to say anything because I didn't want y'all to think I was stupid. And then when you said I'm having a hard time remembering the new names, everyone behind the new names. And I thought, oh, thank God Linda said that because I felt like I was the only one. Yeah, yeah, Ruth Ann, Lord Dave Murphy. But I kind of like it. I do. Yes, yes, Ruth Ann, it's $5 a month to not everyone's going to be able to do that, and I'm not going to do that. If I can learn just to maybe stream there, I think that was just a one and done when I was able to stream the very first time on both platforms. I think that was just a fluke. But I'm not going to do that membership, I don't think. And the reason because there's not every, and some people may say, well, it's only $5. But you know what? There's some people who live on a budget, and they have to watch every penny, that comes in. And $5 to us may not sound like a lot, but to them, it could, it could be the difference of them being able to eat because you go out and you get a loaf of bread, half a gallon of milk. Um, that's $5, and some people are really struggling. And I don't want to do that. I will never listen to me. And please listen. I will never make money off of any of you. I don't want to make something where, people can't join in. But and I didn't know that's how that was, because I never really done anything on Rumble. 2 years ago, I made the account, and I think it was 2 days. I know it was less than a week, but I'm gonna say maybe 2 or 3 days. I just deleted it. I never went back to it at all ever. And because when I got over, I don't know what I thought it was, and I went over there and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, I don't like this." I didn't know the purpose behind Rumble. It's a streaming platform. Well, it's not a streaming platform. It's where you can stream to. And I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know subscribing, or that I didn't know that you could make your chat where you have to be a subscriber. Look, I'm just be honest with you. I can't even figure out how to stream from there. And I did it the first time, the first day. And I can't even go back and do it again. So when I tell y'all I don't know, I didn't know, trust me, I didn't. But I'm not going to do it. And, and if other people want to do it, that's up to them. I have no control over anyone. Like I said yesterday, I have absolutely no control over what other people do, what other people say. I'm not responsible for anyone but myself. It is not my job to control people. To tell you what you need to do and what you can or can't do. That's not my job. As a matter of fact, it's no one's job. You all do what you want to do. You all say what you want to say. You all go where you want to go. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let other people give you ultimatums. Lady Nim says, I've been hacked last summer. I am cash and carry now. No more online memberships. Well, you know what, Lady Nim? I've heard other people say that. And I've even heard people say, oh, their PayPal got hacked. There's so many bad people out there. They have to ruin things for everyone, just and I don't know why they do stuff like that, but they do. No, Ruth Ann, I understand that. I understand that. That's why I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have, uh, I want y'all to be able to come and just chat with me, because I would never ask anything like that. And that's just the way that I am. What other people do, that's up to them. I can only speak for me. And I do know that people, well, there's a lot of people who are retired, and they have to set a budget for themselves. And you have to weigh things. You have to think, you know, how do I want to spend my money this month? And some people only get a certain amount every month to live on. And there's all kind of things that come up through the month that's unexpected. It was maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. It was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had to buy light bulbs. So I went to Lowe's and I got many boxes of light bulbs, because I'm gonna tell you, light bulbs. I use the ones that are supposed to last 13 years. They don't last 13 years. But that's the kind, that I get, the LED ones, the daylight. I like the daylight bulbs. And I went and got several boxes of just light bulbs, because one thing I've noticed, light bulbs, when one goes, they all start going, and I don't know why that is, but it's always been that way. And so I went in and just got several boxes to have on hand. And plus, I got two new lamps, and I need to get bulbs for them, because they just sitting there and turn on the lamp. Well, I need to get some light bulbs. And I went and to the checkout. I went to the little self checkout there at Lowe's, and after I rang them all up, and the total is like, I can't believe this much money for light bulbs. I mean, really, it's like, what are they? Are they plated in gold or what? But just something like light bulbs, and it's something you don't buy all the time, but when you need them, you gotta buy them. And I know there are people who every penny counts. So that's why I'm the way I am. And if I did a service for y'all, if I really offered y'all like I always say, like Fiona, she does a lot of research. She looks into everything she does before she does a video. If it's a premiere, if it's a live, if it's anything. Y'all, I don't research anything. And Trevor's that way. Trevor, like with his lives, he looks into things, and before he talks about them, I don't do none of that. Y'all know my research. Y'all give me just a minute. Y'all give me a minute. Let me go over there and get that picture. That's my research, y'all. Shoot. If I worked for me, I'd done fire myself. That's what I would do. I would say, you're fired. So, oh yeah, yeah, batteries too, Linda. Uh, Twice a year I change the batteries in my house, and it's almost time to do. Well, it's not almost time, but it's not going to be long before the clocks fall back, and that's when I change all the batteries. Like in the spring, daylight savings time. Every twice a year, and that's how I go by it. You know, in a way, I know everyone say, "Oh, I hope they don't change." They don't make us fall back or whatever. In a way, I kind of like it, because it's a reminder to change all the batteries in my house. And if you just knew how many batteries, oh my gosh, I I need to open my own battery company, but I do that. And with all my security cameras, because I got so many, and they're hardwired. But if the power goes off or somebody cuts my power, it's battery backup, my entire system. So, and plus I have some clocks that are the same. They're hardwire, but they also have batteries in case of the power goes off. So I do that twice a year, and I do a lot of shopping at Lowe's, but I'll go to Lowe's and I'll get those batteries. And the ones for all my cameras, those are like the little coins. Batteries are expensive, y'all. And it's like, why do we have so many batteries? And even my flashlights. I've got one. Well, I've only got one. Actually, it's only one flashlight, and it's like the kind the police use. And it takes, I can't remember how many batteries, but it's some big batteries, like the D size. And then I got the other flashlight that I actually won it, and it's so good, y'all. But it's a chargeable flashlight, and it lasts a long. I don't have to charge it all very often at all. It holds a charge for months and months, months. But that's probably my favorite flashlight. But there's so many things in my house, and I remember, even I have appliances that require light bulbs. I know y'all do too. It's like just battery and light bulbs. I need to go in that business, y'all. Who kn- who knew it could be so lucrative? And I know a lot of people say, "Well, are your batteries out like in 6 months?" No, they're not. And I would lie to you if I said. And you know what? I actually give the batteries to some. There's some kids around here that I give the batteries to, and I don't know what they do with them, but they probably, they still have life in them. But the reason I do it is because of my security system. I just want to make sure they always have new batteries, twice a year. I don't want something to happen and somebody maybe cut my power and then find out, oh, those two cameras don't have any batteries in them. Batteries are dead. It's things like that that worry me. So it's just something I've always done. Oh, Gail, I didn't know that, girl. Now I do keep the batteries in the bubble packaging. You know how they come. Somebody said that they have a battery chart. They buy this big charger thing. It's like a case, and it's filled with batteries, and it charges the batteries. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but that's what they told me. And they said, we don't buy batteries. We got this, and it comes with the chargeable batteries. And when they get low, we just put them in it and put them in it like overnight, and then we have some backups in it. I don't even. I've never. I don't even think I know what that is. And they said it's a case. It's all a case. Maybe y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, Case got the battery chargers. Wow, Kay. She had two batteries started smoking in her handbag. Gosh, y'all. I need to get me some of those battery operated candles. Maybe that's what I need to get too, Gail. It's like the battery case, like you're talking about. God, y'all. Rechargeable batteries. Wow, y'all. You know what? I never even knew batteries could cause a fire. I remember when I was a little girl, the biggest name in my parents' house was Ever Ready, and Ever Ready batteries used to advertise a lot on TV, kind of like Duracell and later Energizer, but it used to be Ever Ready, and I still remember those old commercials. So when Christmas time came, my mother rarely remembered the batteries for our battery operated toys. And we couldn't play with them the way we wanted to because we didn't have the batteries. And she said, "Oh, we'll go get some batteries." What was usually like maybe a week later, and that's something I always did. I always made sure I had, if I got battery operated anything, I had the batteries. But I just remember those Ever Ready. And you all here, like Ruth saying, you probably remember Ever Ready. I don't even know if they have Ever Ready batteries anymore. Shoot, Ruth Ann. Oh, I did see a recipe today on biscuits that looked so easy. The man called them swimmy biscuits because you put a stick of butter and you melt it in the. I'm gonna say it's probably 8 by 8, kind of like my brownie pan that size. And you don't roll out the biscuits. You just put all the batter in. You put the melted butter, and then you put the dough, and then you kind of take something and kind of spread that dough out over the butter, and then you score like eight. No, not eight. 9 biscuits. The raw dough you score it, and then you put it in the oven and you bake it. And it's flour, buttermilk, I think baking powder. I can't. I'm gonna post it because I want to save it. I actually liked the video because I wanted to go back and because they look really good. I said those look good. They look fattening, but they look really good. The only thing, it makes 9 biscuits, and that's a lot just for us. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe see if I can cut that recipe in half. But I do want to try them. Gail says my husband's an electrician, so he's hot on safety and sex. Oh, girl. And that's a truth, Kay. You know, the only bread I've ever made other than biscuits is cornbread. Well, no, I'm lying to you. I have made yeast rolls before, but they're those they call them refrigerated yeast rolls, and you don't have to cook them all up at one time. You keep them in the refrigerator, and just take out what you need. It's a recipe that my mama, well, my aunt, her sister, made them, and my mama made them not too often, but she did make them, and so I'm not really knowledgeable about bread, like proper bread making, like kneading the dough. I wouldn't even know how to do that. And like when I make pizza, if I make homemade pizza, I always get the dough. I mean, you have to roll it out and all that, but I don't make it. And someone said it's the easiest thing to make. I should try to make it, but I never have. But I have, rolled it out myself, and I get it at Aldi. So I should try to make it. It's probably better if I make it, unless I screw it up. Hi, JP. Oh, I was going to show y'all. Let me take down some pictures. Gosh, you know what this one said? You got to take down them pictures. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think I did show you. I think I showed y'all that pound cake I made. I ate some today. I sure did. And it was good too. Okay. I don't know why StreamYard sometimes makes it so hard for me to add pictures. Anytime now, StreamYard. Anytime. Is it not going to let me add them? Hmm. Why does it do me like this? See, it says, "Whoa, you got a lot of files. You can only have 100." Well, I've never put 100 pictures up, so I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, uh, but these are I told y'all the other day that I had ordered some art supplies with some, not, well, watercolor. And this is the set here that I got. And I went ahead and got some watercolor pencils too and a new eraser. I've got one, but y'all, that eraser, not eraser, sharpener, pencil sharpener. Just a minute. Sorry. Not pencil sharp. Yeah, pencil sharpener. Y'all, I can't even remember what I ordered. Um, I have a pencil sharpener, but it eats the pencils. I don't know what happened to it. And and it breaks the leads off. So I said, well, that's a sign I need to get another pencil sharpener. So I did. But these are, it's these, they're not full size pens, uh, but it's enough and enough variety. And this set had colors that I didn't have in my other set. And I was going to use these today. That was my whole idea behind me watercoloring. But instead of using these, I got the other set. But that's them there. And again, that's the name there. But Gail recommended another brand, and I'm gonna get some of those because each brand is different. I mean, not all watercolors are equal. They can look just the same, but she recommended um a brand and the brushes that she uses. Oh, you heard about Bread JP? JP said, "Hey, Sister B, I'm late again. Not sure what I missed. Nope, Oh, I had no idea about that bread flour. Oh, JP, I had no idea. Yeah, Gail, I have a KitchenAid mixer. Well, I got a KitchenAid stand mixer, but I also have the hand mixer, and they both come with the dough. Well, it's a dough hook on my stand mixer, but my hand mixer, it's two. It's always it's got two. I don't even know what you call those. and they're kind of like spiral, but it's for like dough. And um and someone told me, they said if you use that, because I've never used the dough hook because I've never made bread before, and they said they said it does all the work for you. And like, I guess kneading it or something. I don't know. See, I don't know nothing about bread. All I know, the only thing I know about bread is I've eaten it, but I've never made it because because there's a couple of other things that I bought with that KitchenAid mixer. But some things came with it, some things I had to buy separately, and there are some things like the pasta. It's the one that you can make pasta, and I've never done that either. I don't even know why I got that. And then I got one. It's got the meat grinder. You put the meat grinder, and then it's a slicer. If you want to slice a lot of vegetables, like potatoes or anything like that. What else? It came with a juicer. No, it didn't come with. See, I'm lying. You They're separate purchases. There's some things that came with it, but then other things I had to buy, and I never used these things. If I could go back, I wouldn't have ever bought them. I've never used them. But the thing, one thing that came with it that I really like is that shield, and it does, like when I'm making cake or something, or especially like if I made a full pound cake, it's really good for that. That stand mixer, because that batter's thick too. But what I really like is that guard around the bowl, and it does cut down on mess, and it makes cleanup a lot easier. And they're heavy. They're so the one I have, you have to put the bowl on the arms, and then you have the lever that you pull the bowl up to it. And the one I had before that I gave to our pastor's wife, the one I had purchased in Mobile, it was a KitchenAid, but it was a tilt head that you just lifted the head of it up. But this one, it doesn't tilt. You put the bowl on these two things. It's like arms that come out, and then you take this lever and you lift it up. I want to tell you, that is so heavy. I can't even move it. Where it is where it has to stay. It's bigger than the one that I had before. And I asked my friend who I gave it to. I said, "Oh, she had a photograph, and she was in her kitchen." And I said, "Oh, you still got that KitchenAid mixer?" She said, "Yes, and I'm never going to get rid of it because it will outlast me. It will be here." And she says, "If you just knew all the things that I've made with it, and I never had one, and I wouldn't have if it hadn't been for you." And it just made me happy. And I gave it to her because I knew she loved to bake. She would bake a lot of the cakes, um, like for church and all that, like for the fellowship hall when they did the potluck and all that. And I knew she made birthday cakes and all kind of things. And gosh, that was probably, let me see how many years ago that was. So 22 years ago, and she still has it. In a way, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that one and just kept it. But I was updating everything, and didn't realize you don't have to update KitchenAid mixers. And if anything were to go wrong with it, you can even send it off and they will oil, do the oil. They recommend you do that. And they do it. You send it to them and they'll send it back. Yeah, I've done whipping cream with a whisk. I have. The only thing you don't want to over whip it, because if you go too far with heavy cream, it turns into butter. Yeah, yeah, Gail. Yes. But I sometimes, like, it doesn't really, for me it don't take long, because when I do whipped cream, it's not that much I do at a time, just enough like to top something for dessert. But I also know if you go too far with whipping, if you wanted whipped cream, you can go too far and it starts turning into butter. So yeah, I put cream of tartar in mine, Linda. Hi, Manders. Yeah, we are. We're And you know what, Manders? I got that big stand mixer, but I use my hand mixer more than I do, and it's a KitchenAid too. But I use it more than I ever have used my stand mixer. Sometimes I'll make homemade butter, y'all, and I'll make some waffles, and oh, that's so good, y'all. Put that homemade butter and spread it on top. So good. Tonic Health. Um, the channel's called Tonic Health. I know there's a thing on Amazon that I saw, like a jar. It looked like a mason jar, and it's got this little, and you turn it by hand, and it's got little paddles on it, and you pour your heavy cream in it, and then you just turn it. Kind of like a Jack in a Box. Kind of reminds me of that. And you just turn it and turn it, turn it, and I don't know how long you have to do it, but and it's not very expensive. And I really thought of maybe getting one of those. And it even had a video, like when you scroll on, like to look at it, and it has a video showing how to do it. And I thought, oh, that's pretty neat. Oh shoot, yeah, Manders, I make those too, and top them with whipped cream and raspberries, and oh goodness, I had no idea, Linda. I never knew that. I need to go in there and clean my pans, get my cream of tartar, and I only buy the small, um, the tin. You know how it's like little square McCormick's. I'll be using it on my pots and pans and go to make some meringue. And I can't find my cream of tartar. Well, you dummy, you used it on your pots and pans. Yes, Linda. Yeah, Mandar's that thing on uh I do mine with a immersion blender, but they got this thing in a mason jar. It looks like something like old fashioned, and it just intrigued me. And it probably takes longer because you're doing it, you're turning it by hand. Where my immersion blender, it does it so quickly, you know. That canned whipped cream, like Ready Whip, is that what you're talking about, Ruth Ann? Like the Ready Whip, like what you would get, like the whipped cream, like you would get like at in like Baskin Robbins or something like that. Oh, Linda, is it hard to do? Oh, you mean those, like those wooden stamps, Manders, like people used to decorate the top of their butter with? My mama has one, or I should say she had one. Oh, just to let y'all know, Fiona is going to go live midnight her time, which would be 11 o'clock UK time, which would be 5 o'clock my time. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just for anybody who wants to. Oh, and y'all all need to be there because all of you work for Fiona, and so she's going to hand out the checks on her live. So if you want to get paid, you need to go watch her live, and because that's a condition. That's what she said. She said, "Look, you got to show up, or you're not going to get paid." So I'm going to be there so I can get paid, and I urge all you to do the same. That's how my mama did. Hers was pretty much the same way, Gail. Just, but you know what? It's nice though because if you make your homemade butter, or even if you buy store bought butter, and you want to kind of get fancy for your guest, you know. Kathy, you're not going to be able to make it, darling. Can I have your paycheck then? Don't give it to Deb. You gave it to Deb last time. Please don't give it to Deb again. Can I have your paycheck this time? What are you laughing at, Zephyr? You tried to get it from Deb last time too. What are you laughing at? And Sam, I asked you first, Kathy, and Zephyr said Deb always gets her way. She always gets it first. Well, I asked first this time, Kathy. I raised my hand first, just like Fiona. See, Fiona looked over me. She knew I was raising my hand. I said, "I want that roll. I want that roll." And nope. I see how y'all do me. I see how y'all treat me. You don't think I pay attention. I tell you what, I bet he can too. He's got only got 2 legs. He got 4 legs. I know, Deb. And look, Deb. Look, you got Kathy's check the last time she didn't show up, and I'm the one who called it first. So Deb, Kathy better let me have it because Deb got last time, and baby got to buy a new pair, needs a new pair of shoes, and you gotta give it to me. Gotta give it to me, Kathy. I need it. Money, money, money. I know you snooze, you lose, Kathy. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, Fiona said, look, if all of us work for her, either we go there tonight during her live where she'll hand out our checks, or you just miss it. You just miss out. I think Kathy. Oh gosh, Kathy. Well, I'll do that for you, Kathy, because Kathy, I do love you, and I'll grab yours and I'll give it to you. Now there is a fee. I want you to know for me to do that, but it's only 10%, and I know you won't mind. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot too. I'm screenshotting this. Linda says, get the milk that is ultra pasteurized. Oh, that is not ultra pasteurized, and pour it in a glass baking dish. Put in the oven at 175 overnight. Let cool and stick in the fridge. Then scoop out the cream on top and save the wheat. What's the wheat? What's that? What's the wheat? Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Do y'all know what a wee is? Is that like a wee wee? Linda, is that a wee or a way? What is that? What's that word, Linda? Is it we or way? The way, is it way or we? Is it like wee wee? Or like hey wait, like hey wait. I don't know what all that them. Yeah, I tell you, I quit using these fancy words with me. Always use them. Y'all trying to always use these fancy words with me, as in the cards and way. Man, just I done told y'all, don't be using these fancy words around here. Oh my God, Ruth Ann, you get paid too. I never knew being on YouTube could be so lucrative. Well, I never knew that, Linda. I didn't even know what that word it was. So it'd be way, like like hey, like hey girl, but it's way. I learn so much every day on here. Oh, Linda, I know little Miss Muffet. She sat on her tuffet, and that's what she was eating. So you put that like in bread? or cook with it or something? I never knew that. Never, never, never. Thank you, Gal. Thank you, Ruth Ann. See, every day, look, every day I'm getting smarter. That's what I'm doing every day. One day I'm going to know as much as y'all do. Just wait and see. And then you'll say, that damn Denise, she's a know it all, ain't she? That's what y'all be saying. It's great in cornbread. See, y'all teach me all kind of stuff. I really should try to make some kind of bread. Now, it may come out and not even be bread, but it will be something. You always knew it. I just didn't know what I didn't know. But that's been my whole life, Ruth Ann. I never knew what I didn't know. And then when I know it, I wonder why I didn't know it. It's like, how come I never knew that? I really should try to make some bread. I mean, what could go wrong with it? And if I got that mixer, that KitchenAid, and Gail said that it does all the work. I just throw it in the pan, let it do it the work, and I just throw it in the pan and put it up in the oven. And then I can make some what can I make with that bread? A sandwich? I can make me a bologna sandwich. Welcome back, Faith. Yeah, hey, Manders. Hey, my luck, my roller decks would get stuck. It would no longer flip. Y'all remember those? They it was metal, and it was like cards in it, and you slid like this little thing, and you pushed it in, and it would like flip open like to the L, like Linda, and you put phone numbers in it and addresses, and you keep it there like on the desk with the phone. And it kind of reminded me of like a Rolodex, but it was in this little case, like this little metal rectangle case thing. Y'all remember those? I think that's what it was, Manders. I think so. You can't even find those anymore. I don't ever see those anywhere. Linda said when you make bread, measure by grams on a food scale. Yeah, something like that. And like you, like whatever letter that you, like Linda, like go to the L, and then you open it up, and then the L's would be there. And you just kind of like push it, and it would just, you push the thing and it would open. I remember, and some of you may remember this. Do y'all remember like kitchen, like in the matches you would get like in for a kitchen, you get those big match boxes. And there was this thing that my mama had, and you hung it on the wall because she had a gas stove, and the pilot light, if the pilot light went out, you would take a match to light it. but it was like the big box of matches, and you slide it into this little thing, and you hung it from the wall. It it could be uh like wood. The one that my mama had, it matched her spice rack. She had one of those like McCormick spice racks that had the glass jars, and it was like, I think it was like, I don't know if it was two or three. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was two or three like shelves on it, and it hung up on the wall. And next to it was this like thing that you put that big matchbox in. Yeah, and it's strange, like the things like our parents had. And then it's like, do people not need? I've got one of those big boxes of matches. It's got diamond, I think diamond on the front of it. You know the, I guess that's the brand diamond. And but I just have the matches in a drawer because I don't have one of those things. But it's funny the things like, and like my mama would have like Jello molds, like brass looking Jello molds. She'd hang up. Dang, Linda, you make all kind of stuff. Oh, Faith, you're going to have so much fun this year, Christmas with Dean. But next year, you will really have fun Christmas because next now this year you need to get a picture with Santa, and he'll probably be scared of Santa. So like most babies are. But next year he'll be old enough, and he'll love the lights, he'll love the trees, he'll love it all. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Copper. Yeah, I think that's what it is. My mama had three different kinds. One kind of looked like a, I don't know if it looked like a shrimp. I don't know what that shape was, or a fish or something like that. And then the others, one kind of looked like a, they just different shapes. I remember, and then my mama had on the other wall, she had like these wooden. It, one was a fork, one was a spoon, and they were wooden, and they were stained, and they were, shoot, they were big, big, big in her kitchen. And of course, a kitchen clock. She always had a clock in the kitchen. Vander says, I always say you spend the first year of their life teaching them to talk, and the rest of your life wishing they hadn't done. Yep. That's kind of like what Mark Twain said, Manders. The first year of your child's life, you want them to walk and talk, and the next 10 years, you tell them to sit down and shut up. Oh, gosh. But it's the truth in it, Manders. I mean, it really is. The only thing we were told like when adults were talking, not to interrupt unless it was an emergency. Not to talk over adults, not to interrupt, adults. Because my mom and dad, they entertained a lot. And there would be people over. And we couldn't just come up and cut someone's conversation. If it was really something, we had to wait. And my mother would look at us like, let them finish, you know. We knew, our parent, our mamas give us certain looks, and we know those looks. And but that was one thing that they were adamant about, that we would never interrupt any adults when they were talking or talk over them in any way. Well, they say tallow is better for you. It's better for you to eat. Oh, Linda, that's another thing my mama always had was a fly swat. Yeah, a fly swatter, and let me tell you, she's even used a fly swatter on us before. But they say it's better to even cook with tallow. And that's hey, Manders, it's true. In a blink of an eye, and then you wonder why you ever blinked. It's like, why did I blink? Hey, I told y'all about my mama, like Warnock Furniture. She did a lot of business there at Warnock Furniture over all the decades. And every time she'd go in, Mr. Eastwood would give her a yardstick, and it had his business on it. Well, my mama, you know how some people have umbrella stand, not umbrella stands, but the thing that you put umbrellas in. I guess that's what it's called, umbrella stand. Well, my mama had one for her all those yardsticks, and my mom would, and she liked the yardstick because they were long. Because she knew if we run, she could still get us. And but my mama, she used fly swat, wooden spoon, hairbrush, yardstick. And if we was outside, she'd tell us to go get a switch and bring it to her. And she said, "But let me tell you something. When you bring me that switch, it better be a good switch, because you don't want me to have to go out there and get a switch." And I remember taking her a switch, and I remember her taking the leaves off, going the opposite direction from how they grew, and take all the leaves off in one time, and she'd switch our legs. My daddy used to take his belt off and fold it over and hold it up to us like he was going to whip us. My daddy never whipped us. I don't. And after a while, when he would do that, we just look at him like, "You're not going to whip up." We look at him like, "Why do you even do that?" I never understood why he did that. But he would take his belt off and slide it out of his pants, and then he would fold it in two and hold it and end up putting it back on, and we just look at him like, "Are you kidding me?" And then we got, because at first, it used to scare us, but then after a while, you you realize it's just a bluff. And then he was still do it after we knew he wouldn't, and he never did. He just never did. But I'm gonna whip y'all. I'm gonna whip y'all, and it was like, why even do that? But I'm telling y'all, the truth is, those switches that oh sting your legs so bad and leave whelps on your legs. And I'm not lying about that. Ruth Ann. Oh gosh. Yeah, I bet that's why, Linda. I mean, Kathy. I bet that's why Kathy intimidate. But after a while, we just kind of looked at him like, what? Why bother? I mean, Manders, you have a wonderful night's sleep. I think it's 5 o'clock. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock. So five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Lady Nim. Yeah, like what they used to one of those things that they used to sharpen the razor on. Yeah, I knew. I thought that's what it was, because I used to, like, when my brothers, you know, when we were children. Sometimes I would go like with it. It just depended. Sometimes my mom would have to take my brothers to get their hair cut at the barber shop. Sometimes my dad took them, and that they all three get their hair cut. And one time I went, well, I went a lot, but I remember one time going with my daddy, and he'd tell me just sit down and give me a magazine, but their magazines were so boring. Mostly had words in them. But anyway, he get me some of that Ford gum, the little chiclet gum out of the gum machine, and he get me a Coke out of the little Coke machine that you used to have. You It was like a little box, like a chest, and you put your money in, you put your dime in, and then you would take the Coke and you would slide it down, and then you'd pull it up, and it had little wheels, and you pull it through the wheels, and it was little 6 ounce Cokes, the little bottle Cokes, and he'd bring me a. I'd have my gum, I'd have my little bottle Coke. He'd give me a magazine that had words in it, and at least at the beauty shop with my mama, there were pictures, of women, and I wouldn't read that, and I looked at him like he thought I should look through it. I was like 5, 6 years old, and I would put it down and just drink my Coke, and I would watch those men, those barbers, and they would cut the men's hair, and then they put the men back, kind of like late, kind of like a recliner, and they put like a towel on their face, and then they would lather them and take this straight razor, and they shave like their neck, the back of their neck, their face, all that, and then they throw another towel on their face. And I remember them taking that strap, and they would sharpen. I think that's what it was doing. They were doing, and they go up and down, up and down, up and down. Just and they did it like in a rhythm. Like I just remember seeing them do that. I didn't know at the time, that's what they, what it was for, but I would, watch them. Well, people, let's see what time I've been on here. I've been on here 2 hours. So listen, before I go, I want to let y'all know something. Don't believe what people write about other people. Please don't. Unless you know it's true. And if you ever have questions, go ask the person. Don't take somebody's word for anything unless you feel like you can trust them. There are people that I would trust. There are people I would never believe, ever. And when you hear someone's name repeated over and over and over and over and over and over, and they've done everything is someone else. It's always someone else. Always someone else. Ask yourself, why why do these same people get accused over and over of things? And you've seen people. You've seen a lot of these people. Have you ever witnessed any of this? Have you ever witnessed any of the things that they're accused of? The answer for me would be no. And the person, the people that post things, if you ask me what they've done, I could tell you specifically what they've done. And not just and I think a lot of you have witnessed it without me even having to show you. But please think about, what if it was you? What if rumors were spread about you? And because if we tolerate it or accept it for other people, and if we're okay with that, and it came to us, would we be okay if it was us? No. And if it's not okay, for us to be put through that, why is it okay for other people to be accused of things just because there needs to be a story, a manufactured story? There has to be this outrage. And I'm frankly tired of it. I'm tired of it. It really exhausts me. And why do people do it? Because when they're mad at someone, they want everyone else to be mad at them, regardless if they've done anything or not. And I'll say this about that person: if that doesn't get them to pay attention, I'll create something else where it's just about a daily occurrence. Some people are blamed for things, if not every day, every other day. And it's only because someone don't like them. If I didn't Linda Krill, I'm going to name you again. If I didn't like Linda Krill and I was over here every day, every other day, posting things about her, just manufactured things I made up, would y'all be okay with that? Try to get you all to turn against her. Would that be acceptable to all of y'all? Would y'all condone that? Y'all probably wouldn't. It's not okay for people to be drugged through things every freaking day. If you don't like someone, stay away from them. Don't stalk them. Don't don't create situations to get noticed. No one forces anyone to do anything. If I don't like someone, I cut them off. I just cut them off. I mean, life's too short, and I'm not going to create things in my head to get people to hate them. I'll fall out with them. And I'm going to tell you, if I have any questions for any of you, if I ever see anything, I'm coming to you. But chances are I wouldn't believe it anyway. You could probably bet some money on that. I just wouldn't believe it anyway. I haven't so far. I don't see myself changing anytime soon. I know what I know, and my opinions of people are formed based on me and my dealings with these people. These people. It's not based on what they've done to someone else, and or how someone else feels about them. I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'd rather get to know you on a personal level, just us without interference, without someone like subliminal having, not liking someone and almost as if I'm forcing all of y'all, you got to pick a side, you got to pick a side, you got to pick a side. No, I will never ask you ever, 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 ever to pick a side. I will never try to persuade you ever to change your mind about someone or to form an opinion about them. You can do it. You do it yourselves. You're capable of that. I always say y'all are smart people. All you got to do is watch and pay attention. And that's for everyone. Everyone. And the things you know about someone, and when you start seeing that change in them, you need to question why. When someone calls someone an ugly bitch, a stupid bitch, or whatever for months, weeks and weeks and months, and all of a sudden trying to talk nice to them, you need to ask yourself why. You need to ask yourself, why is this person changing her tune? And I'm going to tell you what I think. And not that it's what you need to think. You form your own opinions. I think it's because the person's an opportunist. And she's seen one way, but she wants people to see her differently. Oh, see, I can be nice to this person, but she doesn't mean it. The other day, I heard someone say, and y'all know who I'm talking about. I never body shame. I never ever like these people body shaming. That's all they do is body shame. Have we forgot the moo cow and the memes? Oh, some people have short memories, don't they? But she never body shames. I remember calling her up. You're better than that. Not once, but twice. You pay attention, people. You question everything. And when someone, you start seeing someone, because when you lose everyone else, you start pulling other people back in that you cast out before. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to forget everything you said about this person and how you treated her and what you called her and laughed at, had everyone in your chat laughing, going along with you. All because of pudding. Ladies, don't forget. Don't forget. And don't let someone hoodwink you. You pay attention and you question everything. Because I'm going to tell you, it never means what you think it means. And when someone issues apologies and they mean nothing, you ask me, is this somebody you trust and you believe in and you think's capable of change? Just please, y'all, pay attention. Of everyone, pay attention to me. Y'all need to pay me some attention. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares. I'm just over here all by myself in my underwear. Oh, never mind. Anyway, yeah, Linda, that's true. I mean, and I'm learning who I can trust, Linda. And you know what's so funny? Oh, I love all of y'all. I do. I truly care about all of y'all. I really do. Y'all my buddies on here. Y'all are. Y'all my buddies. I come on here to see y'all. And that's see, of all the things that happen, and there's a lot of bad, y'all, there's a lot of bad crap that happens on here. But there's some good too. And I think we lose sight of that. I think sometimes we do. But we don't need to never do anything to someone because you get mad at them. If they, we got, and we've all done shitty stuff to each other. I think that's the thing I'm most ashamed of. Because you know what? I knew better. I think that's worse. When you know better and you do it anyway, I think that's worse. And I've had some moments I'm not proud of. But it helps me sort things out. And sometimes time will reveal itself in ways that you realize you were wrong about some people, but also that you were right about others. But going through those stages of learning can be hard too. And then realizing, I think what some others in this chat realize too, that there's some really good people in this community that's in this chat now. That's in Fiona's chat and Candor's chat and Trevor's chat. Some really good people. And that you realize they are good people. And I miss hanging out with these people. Well, you know what, Zephyr, you're so worried about that fire. It can be, Lady Nim, so taxing and oh, just exhausting to a point. It's like you don't know who to believe. You don't know what to try. I was at in that period one time. I just didn't know who to trust or believe. But I think sometimes if we just really look inside ourselves, we can figure it out. And when things sound, listen, this is one thing. Like today, when someone is always accused of so many things. Look, there's not enough. There's not enough days in a week for someone to do so much stuff that they're accused of. That's the funny part. It's like, wow, this person's got more time than Timex watch company has. And then you realize it's all manufactured. It's just things put out there to make people believe poorly of someone, badly of people. And And you know what, Zephyr? They're probably not getting much rest right now either. I hope they got people coming to help them in other parts of the country. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, darling. And say, like Kate and I remember when Kate felt differently about me, and now I'm so tickled when I see Kate. I'm and truly, truly, sometimes I think maybe this was just a period, a phase that we all had to go through. You know, well, some of you knew me. Think about it. When I started doing lives, how many of you knew me? And I came out of that Discord group. Remember, I'll take eight and blue. I never said eight and blue, but that's how many I ended up with. I said, um, could you do one in blue, medium blue? I look back at that shit and I think, but I was caught. I was caught. And now I can laugh at all that. And then when he sent them to me, and I showed the women, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "He didn't make one; he made eight of them." Oh gosh! Oh, and what opinions some of you probably had of me because y'all weren't there. Y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know what was going on. You didn't know why I was asking. You didn't. You just didn't know. And the little drama maker in Baltimore, she needed content, and of course she was going to make it out much worse than what it really was. Though it was bad because he really did make bad images. And see, I would have never known that if he hadn't sent me that picture of that woman, and I had no idea who it was. And I said, "Who is that?" And he realized he sent it to me, and he said, "Oh, that was for someone else." And I thought, "Oh my God!" And then when all of us ladies started talking, and we started showing our cards, and I made that group because I wanted to get out of that Discord group. I didn't want him. I didn't want to see another bathroom, him in the bathtub one more time. I didn't want. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want his the things he was saying. Those sexual innuendos. Everything was. And I wanted to get out of there. And I made that. And I invited this woman. And I said, I'm just not going to say anything else in that chat in that group. And it's not because I don't want to talk to y'all or anything. It's just that I just don't want to be in there and I feel very uncomfortable. It's it's nothing to do with anyone else, and I just don't want y'all to think. I just don't want them to think anything about it. And then they said, "Oh, I feel the same way." And I said, "I just can't put up with another picture of him in the bathtub." And then we just started opening up. But see, Baltimore tried to make it sound nefarious. And Kaz was there. Weren't you, Kaz? And you're watching, Kaz. You always watch. JP, why you getting lost, darling? I know, Ruth Ann. And you know what? Kay, me too. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. But you know what? We all had to go through this because I think some of you probably formed ideas about that without being there, without really knowing. And And then, and me in there, because it was so strange because I knew how Michelle treated me. And then for her to want me in her group, it's like, what? See, I should have questioned all that, but I never did. Just stupid stuff. She does. She does, Ruth Ann. Me too. I want Dave Murphy. I want Dave Murphy to send us all his picture in the bathtub, and I'll post it up here on my screen. I'll say, "Oh, I got show and tell today," and I can post it up for everyone. And yeah, we're gonna have to get Dave to do that. And but it wasn't that weird that a man would do that. See, I grew up with my dad, my brothers. I had they all took showers, and it was kind of weird seeing a guy in the bathtub anyway. And it's like, why is he sending those pictures? In 30 minutes, Fiona's going to be live. I know, Dave. Look here, drop there. You need to send me one of the bathtub pictures. Dave would probably say, I take a shower. I don't get in the bathtub. It's just weird, y'all. Just weird, all that. I think JP's lost. It was that Discord group, JP, last year. But mm, just crazy, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff went on in that Discord group. And that Ernst person, that Ernst person, had us did a lot of AI. But the AI that Ernst did, it wasn't the same as what that Sapper did. It wasn't the same style or anything. And so, and even Slime did some AI, but it wasn't anything, nothing like that. Slime never, never posted anything inappropriate. Never, not one time. But, but anyway, that's neither here nor there anymore. Yeah, I'm deleting pictures. I'm deleting. And while I'm on here, let me see what. Let me see. You know how many pictures I have? I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 36, 38, 42, 43 pictures. And it says, whoa, you have a lot of files. Each brand is limited to 100 images or photos or videos. Please delete some files. So I wonder if it's these like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Well, see, that still wouldn't be 100. So I'm rather lost, y'all. Let me see what this is. No, I hate that. No, I don't like that. Nope. That was my background for a long time. Nope. I do like the blue. Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just killing some time because I do want to go there, to be honest. Or choose a file. What would be a good background color for a nun? Let's see. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. Let me try this one. Okay. I'm creating a new background, and it says I can generate one. So let's see if this will. Yeah, I don't like that one. Come on. I wonder if that one would work. What do y'all think about that background? I wonder if I could change that thing. Did you see my ducks? Linda's got more than ducks. She's got foxes. She's got all kinds of things. Yeah, the circle part. I wonder if I could change that color. Let me see if I can change that. Maybe I can. You think so? Well, not that, but like that black color. I don't know. And then like this other part, what would that be? Where would that be? That color. You know that circle part? I wish I could dang. That's big, y'all. Show headline. Now I gotta have my headline, y'all. That's block minimal classic. Maybe I can get the color to match the wood. But that round part, y'all, if I could change it. It's too dark. I don't want a shitty color, but that's what it's coming out like, y'all. I try to do it like a color, like the color, like the stained glass. Maybe like that. Okay. I know I'm boring y'all. I'm sorry. Let's see. What does band color mean? What's that mean? That just messed me up. What the hell? But what's the difference between this? Do I have to save this? Y'all think I have to save it so it don't change again? Maybe I'll do that because I don't think I can change where that circle color is. Maybe I'll just do it like that. And then it says font. Oh, I can do different fonts. It says premium platforms. Shoot, no. They want me to pay. Oh, screw you. To use a different font, they want me to um pay. I pay them $45. Mm-mm. I'm not doing that. I think that's it. What do y'all think about that one? Okay. Good night, Kathy, darling. Oh, she's going out to eat. Oh, have fun, Kathy. How's that one look? Does that look okay? Okay. Well, I'll leave it like that for a while. I would, the circle. I wish I could change that to a different color. I can't believe that to change the font, they want to charge me more. Yeah, I mean, can you believe that? And say I should do this every time I come on. Okay, and then I'm gonna save this one. How about that one? How about that? Y'all, yeah, I'm killing time because in 10 minutes we gotta go over there to pianos. I need it, but I really should end this so y'all can go get y'all something to drink. If y'all need to take a break, you spin me round, round. No, nothing. No, 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 no. Oh gosh, it does me too. I should do. I should do Sister Bernice greatest hits. Let me see if I can change that. Can I change that? I wonder if I can change that on here. I don't think I can change that now. But that's what I need to do. I need to put Sister Bernice's greatest hits. I thought I would be able to, but I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I think I can. Uh, no, I can't. No, it's not gonna let me. I thought I was gonna be able to, but because it says destinations and titles. So yeah. Oh well. Listen, y'all. I want y'all all to go take y'all's. If y'all need a restroom break, if y'all need something to drink, if y'all need to go get something to snack on, um, whatever y'all need, y'all go do it. And we got about 10 minutes. But listen, thank you to my mods. Thanks to all of you. I'm happy to spend this time with all of you. And yeah, I got a new background and all. And but listen, I'll see y'all over there. If y'all want to go over there to Fiona's, I'll be over there in just about 5 minutes. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later and thank y'all again. Bye, everyone.